Hey pirates, so we're about to see Outpost 11 and all its associated upgrades hitting the game on the week of September 24th. So here's a video of what you need to know about Outpost 11 in 7 steps, how to upgrade your base and what you gain on each step. If you don't have time for the whole video, here's the short version of it. It should come with the update on September 25th, Tuesday. Once you upgrade your outpost to level 11, you can also now upgrade your dock, your shipyards, both Conquest and regular shipyard, War Academy, and warehouses, as well as create 2 new buildings that will generate uranium and titanium, very small amounts for now. But with this update, you don't get new levels for your turrets or your walls, and you don't get any extra land and no new level for portals. So everything that's related to base defense is not changing for now. It's more about resources and bubble pads and so on. The other thing we get is extra ship storage space. So people complain that they have to scrap old ships and they don't like that. So the space in your dock's not changing, but when you upgrade War Academy, the storage for old ships go from 25 to 60 ships, more than doubles. There are new levels on your shipyard, Conquest yard, and that will give you a new feature called Expert Build. So I'll talk about it in a moment, just so you know it's a way where you pay more in terms of resources, not money, and you get your ships built faster and with some rank already in them. There's also for the lower level players, there's upgrade and repair time reductions on lower level buildings has been reduced. So the time it takes to upgrade or to repair, let's say an outpost level 6, level 7, level 8, some lower level turrets has all been reduced. Also, once you upgrade your shipyard and conquest yard, there is a weight reduction in Scourge and Legion technologies. The way that affects you right now, the Razor Tail uses Needler rockets. The Needler rockets are Legion. The Onslaught uses rockets and mortars that are Legion. And you're going to get weight reduction in all of that, 15%. Scourge also goes from, if I believe, 9% to 15% lighter. Okay, so that's the short story. If that's all the time you had, thanks for watching. If you have more time, let's dig deeper and understand what's going on. So step 1. First of all, of course, you have to upgrade your outpost. It takes 20 days and 21 hours if you don't have an officer. If you do, it cuts that by 10% or about 2 days. Once you upgrade the armor in your outpost at level 11, will go from 6.6 million armor to 10.2. It will be a lot harder to kill that outpost. The uranium storage capacity in your base will go up, and your titanium storage capacity will go up by a lot, like 125,000 just by upgrading the outpost. Okay, the main problem is the time it takes. During that upgrade time, you won't be able to research technology for your mega hull, I believe. All those features, R&D, all gets blocked for the duration of the upgrade. There's one new feature before I talk about step 2. It's the expert build. So what is it? The name, to me at least, was a bit misleading. Let's imagine your shipyard has tiny invisible workers, like small people there in your base building your ships, and they charge resources, zinc, oil, metal, energy to build your ships. So in this example here, you build a Zealous on your shipyard, fully loaded like that one in the picture, and it takes 22 days, 12 hours. Okay, so it's a crazy long ass build. Now, if you hire an expert or expert builders, okay, let's say these guys, because they're experts, they can do the job in less time, but they'll charge you more. As it's normal with people who are experts, they'll just charge you more. So the way you turn this on, there's now a little flag here, expert. So when you hit that flag, you see now the 22-day build went down to 11 days, but instead of 133 million resources, now taking 233. Newer ships not only will take more regular resources, they will also take uranium. Kixai gave the example of Inferno Dragons. When you turn that on, the Inferno Dragons will charge you 75,000 uranium if you want to use the expert builders. Okay, so that is the new feature. Very important to understand. You also gain some rank. If you compare the first picture in there to the second one, the second ship now is already going to come out with like 60% reload and turn bonuses. So that's great. It saves you a lot of time and effort on VXP weekend. Older ships, that's how Kixai explained, older ships will benefit more than newer ships. So for instance, the Zelos you see here, the build time got cut in half, 22 days down to 11 days. The Inferno Dragon example, though, only reduced by 2 days because it's a newer ship, even though it costs you a lot more. So in theory, the older the ship, the more you benefit from the expert builds. One thing to keep in mind, it only works for brand new builds, not for refits. And the factor determining the reduction you get, it's the hull, not the components. So if you get brand new components on a very old hull, you're still going to get it built a lot faster. But you got to build the hull from scratch with as many components as you want to get the time discount on. Because if you click refit later, the expert option is not going to be there. So now that you understand that, step 2, upgrade your CONQUEST yard. And now this is step 2 only for people who have CONQUEST yard tokens stored. Okay, so if you have them, you should be able to do this upgrade instantly because it's only 11 days. And I say only because if you see all the other upgrades in this Outpost 11 thing, it's all 16 days, 20 days, 18 days. So 11 is not bad, believe it or not. So if you have tokens, you can do that instantly. When you do it instantly, you start gaining that expert build feature right away. You can get your new Conquerors built faster if they are a bit older. Brand new ships don't benefit from that, right? So again, just check on your inventory. You go in the structure tab, and if you have, like I have, those 1 day or 7 day CONQUEST yard build tokens, they can be used for upgrades. All right. If you don't and you're not into PvP, just do that last. Move step 2 to step 7. Don't do it now. Step 3, upgrade your dock. The beauty about upgrading the dock, it still works. You can still launch, you can still repair, you can still use the dock while it's upgrading. Pretty much all the other buildings, once you start upgrading, you can't do anything with them for that time. The important thing here, and there must be a reason for that, is that maximum weight doubles from 100,000 to 200,000 tons, meaning the next generation of ships will come real heavy. We don't know when. I don't know if it's urgent. I don't know if it's in December, in January, in November. Who knows? But eventually we'll need that. So my advice to you is upgrade it now. The other thing you get that's pretty cool, you can now put 2 pieces of armor in your dock. And if you get those D5 armors, be it D5X, C, R, whichever, you can actually get your dock to 1 million armor health points, making it very hard to kill. Now, I have something here, it's not numbered, and I'm only calling it step X, because maybe it's going to be the second thing you do, maybe it's going to be the last thing you do, upgrading your main shipyard. It's a very delicate thing, because I would wait, and I will actually wait, to see if Kixai releases structured tokens in TLCs or bounty or raid, somewhere where I can get big tokens and use all of them on the shipyard, because the shipyard takes 16 days, 14 hours to upgrade without an officer. And for that time, over 2 weeks, while it's upgrading, you cannot build any ships. You heard me right. You won't be able to build any ships for over 2 weeks. At the pace this game releases content, this is nuts. This is completely crazy. So they better release a generic structured token or a few of them, or even if it's shipyard dedicated tokens, I don't care. But I'm not gonna stop building ships for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna wait, and I recommend you do the same, and you do it whenever you have enough tokens. So step 4, upgrade the War Academy. It's 10 days. Takes a lot of resources, like a lot. It's probably, you need to have pretty much full warehouses to do that. It adds armor, like it goes from 6,000, which is nothing, it's made of paper, to 2.5 million armor. So very cool to put at the front as bubble pad, again, to help you bubble faster. And with 2.5 million, it actually allows you to move a turret to the back. And you need less turrets at the front to make up your bubble pad. The benefit as well, you can increase your cold storage from 25 to 60 ships. And so shooting parts address all those players who are mad when they have to scrap a ship. The more sentimental ones, I'll say. Step 5, upgrade your warehouses. Do that at your leisure. They upgrade pretty quick, 3 days, 18 hours each. Based on the description, they will not gain any armor. It's all about more capacity to store resources. So 20 million more per warehouse of each resource, normal resource. So after you do all 5, if you do all 5, you're going to be getting 100 million more of each basic resource. 13,000 more uranium per warehouse and 25,000 more titanium per warehouse. So in total, with the Outpost and the 5 warehouses, your titanium capacity will go up by 250,000. It's 10 more level 85 targets on the map. If you love grinding them, I don't, but anyways. It doesn't affect the bubble pad because it seems the armor doesn't change. So that should be pretty straightforward and not affect your base layout, your base design. You don't need to do all 5 at once. You can do as you see fit. But again, just spread that around. It's a low priority to me at this point. Step number 6, and I will do that last. That's my final step. So we counted 1 to 6 plus the X, which is the shipyard. You do whenever you have the tokens. So the final step here is build and upgrade the new advanced resource generators. They only generate, even at maximum level, 41 uranium or titanium per hour. It's nothing. The only reason you should build that when you have nothing else to build or upgrade is the 2 of them together will add 3 million armor points to your base, which you should put right up front as part of your bubble pad. And again, that should easily let you move another turret more to the back, to a more strategic position, and not up front where the attacker can prepare. As I said, lowest priority to build them level 1 and then upgrade to level 2, and in the case of the uranium to level 3, in total it's going to take 16, 17 days each. Okay, so this whole upgrade here, it's almost 100 days of upgrading buildings. So it's over 3 months. If we get started next week, we'll be done more or less by Christmas. Some cool things, I think the expert build, it's going to be helpful in a few months for players catching up. It's not going to be helpful for players at the top of the game because Kixeye was clear, brand new hulls will not benefit from expert builders because as the story goes, they need to gather expertise to become experts, and that takes time. Look out for structured tokens as some final ideas here. Look out even for offers. I think there's an offer right now where they're offering like 30 days of build tokens at 50% off. If you spend that kind of money in the game, it's not a bad one. Balance the gains in armor. So when you upgrade the Outpost, you're going to gain 3 million points at the center. When you do stuff like the advanced resource generators, you gain 3 million at the front. Try to keep it balanced so your bubble pad doesn't break and you don't allow people to go prepare your guards without bubbling you. No increase in base power, no increase in land tiles. So here's a new challenge for people who are hitting maximum power. You're still going to have to struggle with that. Lower level buildings have their upgrade and repair times reduced. I mentioned that before. Portals, it's something I thought they were going to upgrade. We can't even put like new turrets and a portal in those portals, like a gate. So that's kind of, in my mind, a bit messed up. We should be able to put at least one good turret in them and the gate, but we can't. Other than the bubble pad, no impact on your base heating. So I hope this overview was helpful. See you next time, pirates, and leave comments. Let me know what you think about Outpost 11. See you next time.